What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to tonight's late night agenda. As always, I'm your host Craig, and this is on the eve of the Reds game against Arsenal in the Premier League. A double header for the Reds against Mikel Arteta's side this week. Obviously taking them on tomorrow, taking them on Thursday night as well. We'll have a look ahead to that game. We'll talk about the latest Liverpool transfer news and a few other bits and pieces as well. Look, there is no other place to start off tonight, folks, other than the slightly worrying news ahead of tomorrow. As you've probably seen in the media today, looks like Alisson and Thiago are on a knife edge about whether they'll be available for selection tomorrow for Jurgen Klopp. It's going to be a very late decision made on that. I think they were hoping to get some training in today. I'm not sure if they did actually take part in training today. I haven't got that concrete information for you, but it remains to be seen whether they'll start tomorrow. Hopefully they will. Hopefully they can both shake it off, particularly with regards to Alisson, obviously. But we'll have a look ahead to that. We'll talk about the game. We'll talk about the transfer news as well. There's going to be some outgoings from the Reds as the week goes on. Obviously the transfer window closing on October the 5th. But look, most importantly, we're getting really close to giving away that jersey, folks. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, here we are right now. If you come over and join the Anfield Agenda Flick chat group, once we hit 1,000 members on there, and we're at about 925 I think at the minute, so we could do it tonight on the stream, we're going to give one of our members, anyone, it doesn't matter if you're there before or after the competition started, once you're a member of our Flick chat group and we hit that 1,000, we're going to give one of you guys the chance to pick any of these Liverpool Stadium shirts that you want, and we'll throw in a name and number as well, and we will get that sent out to you. There's a link in the description. I hope that you guys come over and give it a bash. We've loved it so far. Anyone that's come over has given it a thumbs up as well. So look, I'll get back to the stream, but don't forget about that. We'd like your help to get there, get to 1,000 followers. Right, what have we got, ladies and gentlemen? We have to beat Arsenal to get 9 points, said Scary Ninja. Look, there's loads we're going to go through about that game, mate. I went on last night to Claude and the Bansters channel, did a preview over there as well. You know, I'm feeling confident ahead of this game. I'm always confident. And by the way, did somebody say back-to-back? Because the rest of the league look like a shambles at the minute. Manchester City getting big slap by Leicester today. Fair play, Jamie Vardy hat-trick as well. Didn't see that result coming, I got to be honest with you folks. Who would have thought Everton would have had 3 wins out of 3 either? The Premier League's a bit mad. And that's before we even get into the controversy and the mayhem around Manchester United's 100th minute penalty to win that game as well. It's crazy. The handball rule is driving everybody mad. Jamie Carragher was having a bit of a meltdown earlier on. But what all this has taught me is that no glove on this Liverpool team this season. I'm fully convinced we're marching to back, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, I'm not worried, but what I'm seeing by anybody else in this league so far, it is a thing of beauty, and I hope you're all as pumped as I am. A great game to look forward to tomorrow night as well. A little bit of revenge maybe on the cards. I mean, I've got no disrespect towards Arsenal, but, you know, they have taken the last 2, albeit one at a penalty shootout. Rabadan said Pep must stay at City. They're on a great path. It's a bit weird. Now, Guardiola did come out during the week and say, and I'm paraphrasing here, almost like he just is a bit numbed at the minute with everything that's gone on in the world, kind of putting football into perspective and stuff. I don't know if that's maybe leading the pathway through to him going out, but what we can say, and I think what we can say quite comfortably, is for a manager that is obviously an excellent tactician, a very good manager, the amount of money he has wasted on defensive players at Manchester City is nothing beyond a disgrace. And how he hasn't been called out on that by the media, I do not know. If you look at the fantastic work that Jurgen Klopp has done at Liverpool, and then you see the amount of money like Manchester City and their fullback and centre backs, the spending, I don't have the numbers to hand, but it is ridiculous. But then you look at the Reds, Robbo, 8.5 mil. Trent came through the system. Do you know what I mean? They're levels to this game, and Kloppo's right at their peak, ladies and gents. Right, what else we got? Where do I think Leeds will finish, said Cube? Tough to tell. I guessed before the season, I think I said somewhere between 10th and 15th. I'll probably stay with that, but, you know, I don't see them in any trouble going down. Let's put it that way. Loads of people going to ask me about the Gini Wijnaldum contract situation. I'll go through that for you guys in a few minutes as well. It was nice having a day off yesterday, albeit, as I said, I still went over and did Claude's stream. But it's always a pleasure to chat with Claude and the lads. What have we got? Did somebody say Lee Chappie was in the house? There he is, Mr. Lee Chappie. How are you, buddy? Absolutely great result for you guys today, Lee. Delighted for you. I was thinking about you earlier on. Vardy obviously must have been bullying a little bit when that other penalty came after he went off, but great result for you guys, mate. Thoroughly deserved, and some wonderful goals in it as well. What have we got? City got slapped at toxic games. Yes, it's great, isn't it? Isn't it brilliant? United fans all losing their mind. It's all, will they or won't they get Sancho? It still won't matter because they, Chelsea or Manchester City, none of them seem to be able to lay a glove on the quality that this Liverpool side has in abundance, and it is class. And what I want to point out as well, and our good friend Chris Byrne pointed this out on Twitter, even if we do go into tomorrow's game without Alisson and without Thiago, there's no need to be overly concerned. We still have a fantastic squad. We beat Arsenal 3-1, I believe, if my memory serves me correct, with Adrian in goal last time. We can do that again. We can go out there. Anfield's a fortress. Over 2 years unbeaten in the Premier League at Anfield. With all due respect to Arsenal, who are an improved side, and I want to give them every credit for that, I don't see them beating us tomorrow night at Anfield. My prediction was for a 3-1 win. I'll go through my starting 11 for those of you who didn't see the prediction video as well, and loads of other bits and pieces. But most importantly, folks, as you know, this is your show, so whatever you guys want to talk about, please do put it into the chat. Tomorrow we'll be going live at 7:30. The game kicks off at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Our coverage of the game will start here at 7:30. We'll have a post-match show coming up as well, which will be partly integrated with Flick, so make sure you do download the Flick chat group. And if we hit 1,000 during this stream, somebody in the chat let me know, and I'll make sure that we have that giveaway, ready to go. Maybe half-time. We'll announce it maybe at half-time tomorrow during the Arsenal game. Right, what have we got? Is it true Thiago and Alisson are not available? Not sure. They're a doubt. And they are genuinely a doubt. We've seen Melissa Reddy post about this in The Independent. I think Paul Joyce as well. But nobody knows for certain. It's going to be a late call on both of them. Obviously, it's not great. We've got Jordan Henderson, no Joel Matip. Joe Gomez will be coming back. We've always got no Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain as well. So it'll be alright. We'll be grand. Don't worry about it, folks. Let's keep the positivity going. We'll be grand. Wolves and City imploded today. Did not see the result either for Manchester City coming now. What was that? 4-0 now, somebody's saying. Wow, that's a crazy result. I had no idea that was going to happen. It was 3-0 before I started the stream and they were just finishing up. Craig is the GOAT, said Aiden. There you go, pal. When you know, Aiden. Do you know what I mean, pal? Me and you. When you know, you know. I'm definitely not, though, but I'll take it. Pal. Pep to Juve's been on the book since they hired Pirlo. Peter, myself and Connor were just talking about that earlier on, mate. Wondering who may come in and take over Manchester City if Guardiola does move on at the end of the season. And where Pep might go. Yeah, Juventus has obviously been on the cards, as you've said. But let's wait and see. But what we do know, right now, the greatest manager in the world is managing Liverpool Football Club. And I don't think anybody has the right to debate that at this moment in time. Jurgen Klopp is the GOAT. That's all I'm going to say. Well, maybe he's not the GOAT, but he's the GOAT right now. He's the going. The greatest of all nows. Let's put it that way. I don't know, but he's fucking class, isn't he? How great is it that we have that crazy German lunatic as our manager? I love him to bits. I think, what have we got? Haller just scored. Cool. David Moyes from Manchester City. Any updates on Alisson and Thiago? No, I genuinely can't give you any information that you haven't read. I'm as in the dark on this as you. I don't know if it's going to be a case that they'll be available or not. But either way, I'm backing us to get the 3 points tomorrow. I'll go through my starting 11 in a few minutes. I have got them both in my starting 11, by the way, because part of me, I suppose, hopes it's mind games. Obviously, I'll talk through who I'll substitute them for if they're not available. Craig, you're allergic to dust. Better not get the Evs Trophy cabinet. Yes, Travis, you've obviously taken a How Well Do You Know Craig Part 2 quiz. And yes, that is my allergy, believe it or not. I'm allergic to dust. Madness. Right, anyway, let's get into talk about some transfer talk and some outgoings that are going to be happening at Liverpool Football Club. You've obviously probably read this as well, but Loris Karius looks like he's on the verge of a season-long loan with Bundesliga side Union Berlin. So it looks like it could be a situation with him where we're just going to be loaning him until the contract runs down. I've always told you guys there was no path back for Karius at Liverpool. And that's proven to be the case, as I've said all along. You could see it from pre-season when Adrian was getting minutes, Kelleher was getting some minutes. There wasn't a sniff for Loris Karius. It's always been the plan that he moved on. And I sincerely hope that he goes and rebuilds his career wherever he is. The big question about the next week or so will be around Raheem Brewster and Gini Wijnaldum. They're the two questions that I suppose Liverpool fans want answering to. The Raheem Brewster one, Sheffield United fans really want this kid. There's a lot of them on social media basically pleading. There was a little bit of talk that maybe Daniel Sturridge, who's a free agent, could be somebody that Chris Wilder would turn to, but Chris Wilder has come out and rubbished those reports and said he's not a player that he's interested in. We do know that he wants Brewster. I'm going to go through the likelihood of where that deal is going to go in a moment or two, but I see a super chat that I have to read. Ahmed, how are you, buddy? Said, we're both allergic to dust and love Diet Coke. You know what I mean? Brother from another mother, I love it. How are you, buddy? Rabadan said, I'm allergic to mank clubs, gives me hives. I think that they give us all a little bit. Give me the shivers, mate, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's go on to talk about Raheem Brewster. So, there are two options here. It looks like he's going to move on. Didn't get a run out in the Carabao Cup. Obviously, that's holding him back to make sure that he doesn't pick up a knock or anything like that. It seems like we want to sell him. Not loan him, sell him. Now, there will be the buyback clause in there, but I think that's where this is being held up. Sheffield United and Crystal Palace both have proposals in, I think, to take him on loan. Crystal Palace's chairman has denied that they've made an offer for Raheem Brewster. You probably see that stuff around Sky Sports. He quote-tweeted Sky Sports saying, simply didn't happen. We know Sheffield United want the kid. We know that Chris Wilder has put together a dossier showing Liverpool how he would progress Raheem Brewster. And if he does move on, it's probably going to be somewhere around the 20 to 25 million mark with a buyback clause, probably another 10 on top of that. So I hope Raheem Brewster comes back in a Liverpool shirt. And I also hope that the kid gets the move, because being frozen out right now, albeit not by Liverpool, I mean, we're not freezing him out, but we're more protecting him. He's going to want to play football. He's going to want to hit the ground running. So I hope that that gets resolved for him. Personally, I've said it before, I would have rather move on Divock Origi and keep Raheem Brewster, but I trust in Jurgen Klopp's judgment. And if Brewster goes and bangs them in, then we do have that buyback clause in the deal. The Crystal Palace also interested, as I've said. I'd rather him go to Sheffield United, if I'm being honest with you. I just think he'd progress better under Chris Wilder, and they're obviously in need of a number 9 as well. I know Klopp's going to put Alisson on, said Ahmed. I'm so happy to see City lose, said Chimney Joshi. Not just lose, mate. They lost, looked clueless, looked devoid of ideas other than keeping the football. Obviously, they have no centre forward at the minute with Aguero out and Jesus picking up an injury. Excuse me, I'm so giddy at that result that I'm falling over myself here trying to get my words out. They're just a bit of a shambles, and the amount of money they spent on defenders and they can't defend for shite, it's hilarious, it really is, but who cares? That's their problem. We'll just concentrate on tomorrow and Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. Roma 2, Juventus 1. Yes, that's the latest score there as well. I think Barcelona were 3-0 up as against Villarreal, I think it is, before we went on air as well. Thomas Kane said, if we have a buyback clause included, does that mean we'll get the money up front? He's a London boy. He is a London boy, mate. You're right. Memory serves me correct. I think the Chelsea Academy is where Raheem came through. Yeah, so you can see the link there to the London clubs. And do we get all the money up front? I doubt it. I'd say it will be spread over the course of the contract. But then again, you know, whatever would be owed would be knocked off that if we were to trigger the clause. So either way, the money end of it, the club would have sorted out. I wouldn't worry about that. Dan Stiller said, Wilson to Burnley for 12 million, just saw on LFC Transfer Room, which is really freaky because I was just having DMs with the guy that owns LFC Transfer Room before I came on the stream. So that's a little bit freaky, but yeah, look, we've known that Burnley are in for Harry Wilson. It's a little bit lower than the valuation I've seen. Now, I wonder if that 12 million with some potential add-ons, but either way, I don't see Harry Wilson making it at Liverpool, and if we can get some money for him, I'd move him on. I think it is the right move. And for him on a personal level as well, the kid deserves to go and play football. So, I say kid, what is he now, 23, 24, something like that, but I don't see him being good enough long-term for Liverpool. I know some Liverpool fans will disagree with me, and look, I perfectly, or I wholeheartedly accept that. We're not always going to agree on everything, but what we can agree on here, and I think you'll all agree with me on this one, is back to back. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, folks. This Liverpool team, they just look like they're a different animal compared to the rest of the league. And look, let's have a little run through before we get into the Gini situation. Let's have a run through my predicted 11 for the game against Arsenal tomorrow. So here we go. This is what I've gone with. Now, obviously, this was in relation to before the news came out around Alisson and Thiago. Let's work off the assumption that they both are fit to play. So this is what I've gone with. I've got Alisson in goal, Trent right back, Robbo left back. My personal belief is that we'll see Fabinho play alongside Virgil van Dijk. Joe Gomez could be put in there by all means. Especially if Thiago's unavailable, then maybe it would be more sensible to push Fabinho into that midfield. But if we're working on the assumption Thiago starts, I've got Fabinho alongside Virgil van Dijk. My midfield trio then would be Thiago, Gini Wijnaldum and Naby Keita. And then up front, Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino and Mohamed Salah. Now I understand that some of you guys are going to say to me, Craig, Bobby hasn't been at his best. Maybe give Taki a run. Maybe Diogo Jota. I don't think that they will play because maybe Jota might get some minutes, but I don't think he'll start. For Jota's point of view, I don't think he's up to speed yet. It takes a lot for Jurgen Klopp to kind of tick the box to say yes, he's good and ready to go. It takes a lot for players to get used to what Klopp wants, specifically on a tactical and fitness side of things. Jota looked a little bit disjointed when he came on in the Carabao Cup, but look, he's joined a new team. It'll take him time to click. I've got no issues with that whatsoever. But that's the 11 that I've gone with there. If Takumi Minamino comes in, by all means, that's brilliant. But I think the gaffer is going to stick with Bobby. Bobby does love a goal against Arsenal as well, if my memory's right. Now, as I said, if Thiago's unfit, then I would slip Fabinho into that midfield, drop Joe Gomez in there. Jobs are good and then Adrian would start in goal. But that's where I am anyway with my predicted 11. And my score prediction's a 3-1 win for the Reds as well. But as always, I prefer a 2-0 because I don't like conceding. But I think with aubameyang in the side, Arsenal have the capability of getting a goal from nowhere. Andrea said that lineup is fine. Yeah, it's I think it's as strong as we could go, mate, with no Hendo and stuff. So that's what I got. But anyway, I'd love to know what you guys think. How about Alisson? Don't know if he's going to make it or not. I hope that he does. But the good news is it doesn't look like they're long term, whichever they are. Like, if I don't know if they've trained today, and we were training this evening. That news I haven't seen leaked anywhere yet, to be honest with you. Aren't Alisson and Thiago in doubt? Yes, which is the reason why I went through there and explained what I do if they aren't available, mate. You know, I can only work with what I have here, and I don't know what's in Jurgen Klopp's mind. But again, love to know your lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Love to know your score predictions. There's 1,200 of you guys in the chat right now. Thank you very much for being with us. As you can see, we're only 1,600 subscribers away from the magical 50k. If you want to help us out or you're enjoying the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video as well. And if you want to be in with a chance to win that LFC shirt, don't forget to join the Flick Chat group. Once we hit 1,000, that'll trigger the giveaway. You guys can pick the home, the away, the third, or either of the goalkeeper shirts. And you don't have to have a name and number on them. If you want badges or something, we'll sort that out. No problem whatsoever. And we'll get that sent straight to you. Who won the shirt? Nobody, because we haven't gotten to 1,000 yet, mate. We're about... I'll check live. We'll do a bit of live checking. Why not? Right, 1 second. Let me just do a bit of live checking here. Where are we on Flick Chat? 65 people to go. 65 people to join the Flick Chat group before we do the giveaway, so we could technically get there on the stream. But look, I want to move to talk about Gini Wijnaldum, folks, because I told you guys that there may be a little bit more business done by Liverpool in this window. I didn't know whether that would be potentially Sarr, but in the last 24 hours or so, a few little murmurings, a few little whispers have come out that maybe Liverpool and Gini Wijnaldum are going to reach a compromise and are going to get this deal sorted out. Could see Gini get the 4 years that he's after. That seems to be the thing that was holding it up. But also, don't rule out the fact that now that Barcelona have moved players on, Ronald Koeman could come in with a last-ditch effort to try and unsettle and take Gini Wijnaldum to Barcelona. So the next 7-8 days is going to be really important. But I'd be amazed if we let Gini leave in this window. But, you know, stranger things have happened, folks. I'd love him to sign a new deal, by the way. That would just top off this window for me. Bringing in Thiago, getting Diogo Jota, having Costas Tsimikas, and getting Gini to sign a new deal. That would be a very, very good transfer window for me. What will you guys think? Barca play Coutinho and they win. Yeah, they're 4-0 up, mate. I think it's only half time now as well. New handball rule has to change. We'll go through that in a while, Niall. Don't worry about that, mate. It's definitely a topic we want to talk about. If I win the shirt, will it be shipped to South Africa? Yes, mate. And I have shipped shirts to South Africa before. A friend of mine lives over there and we got her an LFC shirt. It was a bit of a pain in the arse, if I'm being honest. Your customs were wanted a few bob, put it that way. Almost the same price of the shirt. But yes, we will ship it to you, mate, if you win. Don't worry about it. Kieran said, evening Craig, Trent or Robbo, who's better in your opinion? Yeah, that's like asking me to pick one of the children, mate. You're not going to get that answer out of me. I'll give you the politically correct answer, the one I always go with in how great is it that they're both Liverpool players? We don't have to pick between them because we've got them both. I think they both have some similarities, but I think they have some different strengths as well. But look, they're both Liverpool players, so let's not play that game. Let's play the how great is it that we have them and nobody else does. John Conway, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He's going for a 3-1 victory for the Reds as well. I like it, John. Great minds think alike, pal. Do I like waffles? What type of waffles are we talking about here? Are we talking about bird's eye potato waffles? They're waffly, versatile. They go with eggs on, bacon, lamb chops. Eat them, grill them, fry them, something like that. Or are we talking about waffles, the crisps, then bacon flavour motherfuckers? Or are we talking about, like, you know, American sweet waffles? There's so many decisions there, pal. I can't give you a one-word answer on do you like waffles without the full context. You know what I mean? When we're talking about food, look at me. I'm a man who takes my grub seriously. Sarr and Kabak in this window. No, there's not a hope in hell Liverpool signing Kabak. Did you see? Sent off and spat at a player. Spat at a player. That's not a Jurgen Klopp type of player. And also, David Wagner, Jurgen Klopp's bestie, has been given the boot. He's been sacked by Schalke. So, no, we won't be going in for Kabak. Definitely not in this window. 100% we will not be going in for Kabak in this window. Sarr, he wants out. He played for Watford in their game yesterday. Us, Aston Villa, I think Palace or West Brom are the other clubs interested in Sarr. Let's wait and see what happens before the window shuts. What channel is the Liverpool-Arsenal game on? Sky Sports. Sky Sports main event, I think. Or Sky Sports Football. I think they show them on both. What crisps are called waffles? Google it. In Ireland, there's a beautiful bag of crisps called waffles. They're delicious. Heartburn material, but delicious. That's a proper fat man answer, said Tyler. Alright now, mate, relax. Fucking hell, Tyler, only in here 2 minutes calling me a fatsy and all. Relax there, buddy. Don't know you well enough for that. Kabak, no thanks. Disgraceful, said Johnny Quid. No to Kabak, said Captain, back on your perch, clun. I like the way you've extended your name there, buddy. What have we got? Welcome 007. Have we got somebody in? Have we got a new member or something, or have I missed something? I think we've got... Oh, 007, Cobb is new. Welcome into the chat, mate. Lovely to have you with us. Sarr is bad. I don't know if he's bad. I just don't know if he's there yet. But he is very raw. But there's a lot there to work with as well. Hope you're well, said Steve Edwin. I'm tickety-boo, mate. Tickety-boo. The good news is, I had a little sit-down with Connor today. And we're hoping to launch the Anfield Agenda podcast sometime before the end of the next international break. So within the next 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully. We're just going to put the plans together now about how exactly we're going to record it and edit it and stuff like that. But the good news is there will be an Anfield Agenda podcast coming your way soon. It'll be available on Spotify, iTunes, Acast, all the usual places. So yeah, that's a bit of news for you guys as well, which I'm delighted to say, because as you know, I come from a podcasting background and I want to get back into it in some way, shape or form. So expect an Anfield Agenda podcast coming soon. A bit of news on Robbie Fowler as well, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you've seen this. Robbie Fowler looks like he could be unveiled as the new manager of East Bengal ahead of the new Indian Super League season. So he's doing a bit of travelling here in his managerial career. Been to Australia and I think he's been somewhere else as well. So if that does happen, if Robbie Fowler or God is unveiled as the new manager of East Bengal, I wish him all the best, and I'm sure you guys do as well. Love to see him back at Liverpool in a coaching role someday, maybe a forwards coach or something like that. Imagine him sitting down to work with the likes of Raheem Brewster or something. Whoo! Bernadette Farrell said, to all the trolls, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything. I have something to say to all the trolls, Bernadette, or on behalf of us towards all the trolls. Fuck them. Simple as that. Who gives a shite what they have to say? If anybody comes in and projects negativity like that, it says a lot more about them than it does about us. And they're only saying it because they know we're going back to back. We're going back to back, folks. And there's some people who just can't deal with that. That's alright. Do we still have rancheros down south? Yeah, we do, man. Ranchero, skips, all that jazz. Of course we do. Robbie Fowler in India. I know it's nuts, isn't it? It is nuts, but fair play to him. You've got to say fair play to Fowler for having the courage to go and take that job on. Scotty said, Craig, I'd love to sit down with you for a podcast one day. We're hoping to put together, well, I've actually started to put this little dream team together for the podcast group. I don't want to reveal names just yet, but we're going to have myself and Connor all the time, and we're probably going to bring in a different person every now and again just to mix it up, but it will all be LFC related as well, and it'll be just called Anfield Agenda Podcast, straightforward. Craig, do you think we'll still get a centre-back? No centre-back will be signed before the window closes. The plan is to use Firmino as that fourth-choice centre-back. That's what's been doing the rounds anyway. That's the word that's been put out by the club. And if we keep Gini, sound. I think we can get away with it. What have we got? Number 29, inbound, 29. I think you mean 20. I think you've miswritten there, mate. But possible start for Curtis if Thiago isn't fit for the Arsenal game, do you think? Ooh. Do you know what? I hadn't really given that much thought, but he does love a... Yeah, why not, mate? Yes. Let's go your way instead of my way. If Thiago isn't fit, we'll leave Fabinho there and we'll drop a little Curtis Jones in midfield there alongside Gini, Wijnaldum and Naby Keita. I like that. Well played, sir. Well played. Bring back Stephen Calker, said Mike. Adrian scares me as a number 2, said Tyler. He's a bit hit and miss, I've got to admit. You know, he's got mistakes in him, but he can put in good performances as well. Let's not forget that when Alisson was out for that prolonged period at the start of last season, Adrian did put together a very good run of games. Yes, there was a few errors in there, but all in all, I think he was an able deputy. And look, we went and won the league at a canter anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much. Do you still think Cara could do a job? No, I think he's a bit past it, to be fair. Loving the Flick chat group, said Dan Stiller. Thank you, Dan. Anyone that has gone over and given it a bash really loves it. And if you don't know what Flick chat is, it's basically an app that allows you to interact with other Reds on different, I won't say different forums, but it's not. Different headings. So we've a live transfer chat there. You get predictions for all the games. You get Anfield agenda quizzes. You get use of cool little emojis as well. There's so much on that Flick chat app that I can't even describe it to you in a few words. AFTV are on there. Lee Gunner's on there. I think Terry from the Football Terrace is on there. All your favourite football YouTubers are coming across onto that app. So again, there is a link in the description. We're giving away a shirt when we hit 1,000 members, which could be tonight or it could be tomorrow. But we hope to do it before the end of the game tomorrow anyway. So make sure that you come in and say hello. Chat rooms, that's what I was trying to think of, Connor. But you know, this is why I'm an idiot, mate, and you do all the technical stuff. Oh, by the way, great news, Mr. Crosby is getting back to himself. I don't think he'd mind me saying this, but he did have a COVID test. That COVID test came back negative, thankfully. So, you know, great that Connor's doing well. That's probably going to get this stream demonetized, by the way, me even just mentioning those words. But I'm just happy that my mate's okay, and that's the most important thing. So, again, lots of love out to Mr. Crosby. He's fighting his way back to fitness. He will be available for future games. What do you think about the Bury situation last season? It's a shame to see any club go under, mate. It really is. Back to back, I'm a massive LFC fan. Come on, it's match day 3, said 007 Cobb. Yes. Back to back, mate. Come on. Back to back and maybe throw in a cheeky little European Cup as well. I am buzzing for the Champions League this season. Absolutely buzzing. Who thinks that Gini Wijnaldum will stay to the end of the season? Who thinks that Gini Wijnaldum will sign a new deal? And who thinks that Barcelona might tempt Gini away before the window closes? I think it's going to be a really hectic last week of this transfer window, folks. 9:47 on Flick now. So now we've got half an hour left on this stream. For 53 more people to go, and we'll be announcing the winner of that at halftime tomorrow. You guys are amazing for the support that you've constantly given us. Thank you. And as you can see, those numbers of our subscribers keep growing as well. On the road to 50k, the most popular LFC watch-along in the world. That's only because of you guys. I was over on Claude's channel last night. Claude Nabances, you probably know Claude from the bits and pieces he's done with AFTV over the years. I was over there, and they went out of their way to mention to me about our subscribers and how warm and how friendly and how kind they are. They mention people by name, the likes of Liz Golden and stuff, and it's amazing. That's, you guys do yourselves and us so proud with the way that you handle yourselves, the respect that you show to each other and others in the chat. I couldn't ask for any more, neither could Connor. So big up to yourselves, because you're an amazing bunch of people, folks, and we couldn't do any of this without you. What have we got? Hi guys, what do used to tomorrow? Sorry, I'm trying to get this. Fan from Namibia, we've got that part. Hi guys, tomorrow do what we used to do. Sorry, Namibia fan. Yeah, bitch slap Arsenal. That's basically where you're going with. It's usually a fixture that I look forward to because we usually do quite well, score a few goals. But Mikel Arteta has got Arsenal moving in the right direction. I still think there are a few players away. There's talk of Houssem Aouar. There's talk of Thomas Partey as well. So let's wait and see how that one works out. Great show as usual. Pepe has no defence and no plan B. Lisburn Reds, how are you? Gabriel, lovely to see you in, buddy. And I really love heading up north, and we hope to do an Anfield agenda meet and greet up north when all this is over, pal. So fingers crossed we'll get to say hello. Gini will stay at Liverpool. Brewster will go, said Embro. Keep Grujic. That's another one that we've got to keep an eye on. I think he did pretty well, Marco Grujic, against Lincoln. Nothing out of this world, but showed that he is a high calibre footballer. And we mentioned as well, there was talk of Borussia and Mönchengladbach being interested in Marco Grujic. Hertha Berlin would obviously love to have him back as well, but it is a tough one. Yeah, I think he probably will move on before the window closes, but again, his agent came out and said that his client was told that he would get a chance to prove himself. So it is another option in midfield, another holding midfielder that Jurgen Klopp could turn to if we need to move Fabinho back. So, I mean, he's our player. I have no problem if the manager wants to keep him. Luke Cox said 4-2-3-1 because of the lack of midfielders, maybe. We don't have a lack of midfielders, mate. We've got a whole load of midfielders. I mean, fit and available for tomorrow, even if we take out Thiago, Fabinho, Gini, Wijnaldum, James Milner, Curtis Jones, Naby Keita. Then you've got Shaqiri, who can play in an attacking midfield position. Marco Grujic. I'm probably missing out another name or two as well. So I don't think we are exactly short of midfielders. Do I follow the LFC ladies? No, not particularly, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, sorry. That's the short answer to it. No disrespect meant, just not my bag, really. What else have we got? 50 away from 1,000 on Flick. Boom, we're getting there, Mark. Well played. No creative midfielder, though, said Bobby Love. Well, that's why we went out and bought Thiago, mate. So, you know, there's nothing to say that if Thiago isn't available tomorrow, we still can't get the job done, even if it means we still go down the flanks or wait for Virgil van Dijk to hit a 50-yard diagonal ball or something. We do have midfielders that can create, by the way. Don't underestimate Naby Keita's ability on the front foot in and around the box. So, Curtis Jones as well. We can see very easily how he can create in and around the box. And Takumi Minamino, again, got himself a brace in the Lincoln game. 2 very good goals as well, by the way. So I would question the lack of creativity. Harvey Elliott can do a job if needs be. Matches going in our favour. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how much game time Harvey Elliott gets this season, but no pressure on the kid. He's only 17 years of age. The club aren't going to be expecting him to pull up trees this season. Just regular progression, getting ready. The kid's going to be at the club for the next 5, 6, 7 years, so, you know, no need to put pressure on him. Have we done the draw for the jersey? No, because we haven't hit 1,000 members yet, mate. Don't worry, I'll let you guys know when it's done. We'll announce it on Flick and that as well. We'll be probably doing the reveal of who won it at halftime tomorrow. But I've got more giveaways planned. Don't worry about the jersey if you don't win it. I've got you covered, folks. I'm working away in the background with other bits and pieces. We like to give you guys back stuff. When we do well, you guys do well. That's the way it works on here. So don't worry and don't be disappointed if you don't win the shirt. I promise you, I have at least 3 more giveaways up my sleeve that are going to be coming your way soon. So just stay with us. Do we keep Shaqiri? It's looking like we will be. And I tell you what. You guys know I've been one of Shaqiri's biggest critics. I've always said I don't get it, but I got it when he played against Lincoln. If we get that Shaqiri, if he can stay fit, then he can certainly do a job. Shaqiri was brilliant against Lincoln. He was everywhere. And if we get that Shaqiri, I'm very, very happy for him to stay. Because his link-up play, his positional sense, his being able to find a little bit of space, just everything that I wanted to see from Shaqiri. I thought he was brilliant. And the free kick, don't even talk to me about the free kick. That was football and porn. Carl said, sorry I'm late to the stream. You never have to apologise, my friend. Just being here with us is enough for me, so don't worry about it. Look, ladies and gentlemen, there's something I haven't mentioned tonight. If you want to become a member of Anfield Agenda FC, make sure you hit that blue join button. That is the membership here on the channel. It costs $4.99 a month. Before that $4.99 a month, you get a whole host of stuff. Firstly, you get the Anfield Agenda badge beside your name. That badge changes colour the longer you stay a member. 1 month bronze, then silver, gold, red, and we have something underway for the 1 year anniversary because we don't have anyone that's been with us for a year yet as a member because we haven't had memberships that long. You also get access to the exclusive Anfield Agenda Discord group, and if you think I'm taking the piss with the word exclusive, I'm not. We give them information before anybody else. Even the stuff that I don't say on stream, sometimes we discuss in there, the bits and pieces that we hear. It genuinely is the place where we're a bit more open with information. I don't say a lot of stuff on stream because I can't back it up, but we have a discussion about it in the Discord group. And you get all these cool emojis that are going up on the chat right now. We've got a fucking emoji, a WFM emoji, and if you don't know what WFM means, shame on you. We've also got like Klopp, Van Dijk, Salah, number 6, Sadio Mane, Blame Connor, Premier League trophy, Si Senor, Thiago, and my bald head. Loads of emojis that only our members get to use as well. So if you want to become a member, you know what to do. There's a link in the description, or hit that blue join button. I don't really see any challengers this season, said the chosen one. Nor do I, pal, and I really don't. The title might seem a bit braggadocious. I just use any excuse to use that word, but I honestly don't think anyone's going to be able to lay a glove on us this season. I thought that Manchester City were going to come out of the blocks 100 miles an hour, but they just look disjointed as hell right now, and with the amount of money that Pep Guardiola has spent on defenders, it's quite frankly an embarrassment that their fullbacks are still horrendous. I've seen them both today, Mondi and Kyle Walker, who I've always been very critical of. He's a tremendous athlete, but I just don't think he's got a great footballing brain. That's just my opinion on Walker. Play Jota and play Jota at striker and put Firmino back into midfield. I don't think he's ready yet, Jamie, to play a full 90 minutes for the Reds. I think he still needs a bit more work, Diogo Jota. Yes, he's an intelligent footballer, and yes, I'm sure he'll get up to speed soon, but I'd be very surprised to see him start this game tomorrow. I mean, can anybody genuinely say that when he came on against Lincoln, he pulled up any trees? And look, I'm not expecting him to. I'm not being critical of him. It takes time for players to integrate, and their valuable minutes that he got in the Liverpool system. But I'd be very surprised. I think Takumi Minamino would deserve a start ahead of Diogo Jota, if I'm being quite frank. Don't get carried away, it's only the second game. Fuck you, I'll do whatever I want, Ronan. You feel free to be miserable, mate, and I'll feel free to get carried away. I don't tell you what to do. Don't tell me what to do, pal. Particularly not on my own stream. Do you know what I mean? Don't get carried away. We're the champions. The world champions, pal. I'll get carried away as much as I want. Woo! Somebody hear Ric Flair? Ric Flair's like Santa Claus in my house. Everywhere. Minamino looking sharp this season. Yes, he is. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he gets on as well. Oh, and by the way, mate, I was only having a joke a second ago. Don't take anything I say seriously, Ronan. It's all just a bit of banter, mate. Lots of love to you. What have we got? Minamino looking sharp, as you said. Yes, he is. He's looking fantastic. And it's going to be another one that we look back on and think 7.25 million quid. That's just ridiculous. Thought you quit like 2 months ago, so I unsubscribed. Now you're back. I quit for like 2 weeks, mate. And came back with a video to explain why I came back. And the reason I came back was because of the amazing support from you guys, and obviously some new medication and some support from my family and stuff. But great to have you back. Anyway, thank you for coming back. What else have we got? Craig's a wild man, said base face in space. Nah, just come on for a bit of fun. Do you know what I mean? I said this on the other stream, the Claude stream the other night. People have enough serious stuff going on in their lives. People have worries coming out their arse, financial worries, worrying about health, loads of shit. When they come onto our stream for an hour or whatever it is, I want you to enjoy yourself. I want you to kick back, relax, forget about your worries for a little bit, and just remember, we're going back to back, motherfuckers. Yeah, we are. LFC to win 7 of the next 10 in the Premier League. Look, we had a difficult enough start. Chelsea, I think we caught at the right time, by the way. I was delighted to get that win out of the way at Stamford Bridge, because I think if that had came after Christmas, when Frank Lampard's team had gelled a little bit more, maybe the crowd's back inside the stadium, I think that would have been a much more difficult game. As it was, even at 0-0, I felt we were bossing that game against Chelsea, and we would have went on to win it even without the sending off, which was a stonewall red card, by the way. So yeah, I think we got them at the right time. If we can get to 3 points tomorrow against Arsenal, that is a very, very tasty start. And obviously, if we can beat Arsenal by 2 goals or more, I think maybe scoring 3 goals, that'll put us at the top of the table above Everton. And whoever thought I'd be saying those words, above Everton? Madness. Cheesy chips? No, not for me, pal. Don't do the cheesy chips. I do love a bit of cheese, though, when it comes to jokes and music. Will Alisson and Thiago play tomorrow? The honest answer, my friend, is I can't tell you. I don't know. It's going to be a late fitness test. Hopefully at least one of them makes it. I mean, if I was to pick, I'd probably choose Alisson if I had to pick one of the two to be available, because I think we can still get through the game. We get through the game either way, but let's wait and see. That's all I can say, buddy, is let's wait and see. There's almost 1,300 people in the chat right now. Thank you so much for being with me on this Sunday evening. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the video as well. And feel free to throw a Ric Flair whoo into the chat if you want to. I've now decided that it is my life's goal to meet Ric Flair at some point, or part of Ric Flair's family, and just say hello. I might even get myself a Ric Flair robe to wear on a stream someday. You never know. Thanks for answering, mate. I agree. My pleasure, buddy. I'll try and get through as many comments as I can. What's happened to Alisson? Honestly, mate, I don't know. Just a few little niggles that caused himself and Thiago to miss a few training sessions. So again, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Oh, I knew you wouldn't let me down with the Ric Flair whoos, ladies and gentlemen. Will Jota start tomorrow, said Ashish. I don't think so. I don't think he's ready to start yet. But again, we'll wait and see. But how great is it that we're having this conversation and we're throwing names around? Will Minamino start? Will Diogo Jota start? Will Thiago start? It's class, isn't it? And then you still look at the other players and the strength that this squad has. Michael Edwards, Jurgen Klopp, the owners, the recruitment team. What a job. What a job. Just think back to 2 weeks ago. We were on here. We're all a little bit frustrated. I include myself in that. Then all of a sudden, Thiago, Diogo Jota, boom. And we're all happy. I love it. Can't wait to see Craig get to 1,000 followers on Flick so I can win the giveaway, said Yusuf. That is one surefire way to not win the giveaway, Yusuf. Let me put it to you that way. But look, it'll be randomised, so whoever wins wins. And as I said, there'll be lots more stuff to do as well. We love giving away stuff on the show. Since we've started the channel in May 2018, I think it was. I think we've given away 15 to 20 shirts and a load of other stuff as well. And we'll continue to do that, because without you guys, this community wouldn't exist. What else have we got? How long before Queefing Kelleher steps up? Really interesting question, Jimmy. It's one of my pet peeves about Liverpool, or a lot of top level clubs. It's very hard. You bring goalkeepers through the system, and Queefing Kelleher has done well, progressed well. He was an Irish under-21 international, got called up to the senior squad. But it's a big gamble, isn't it, to introduce a kid like that. Let's say if it was against Juventus in the Champions League or something like that. It is a gamble, but he has to get minutes from somewhere. So I think a loan maybe for Queefing Kelleher would be great, because I do believe in that kid as a keeper. He looks the real deal. But with Pitaluga coming in, with Adrian ahead of him, obviously with Alisson ahead of him, it's going to be difficult. It is. It's my pet peeves, though. I mean, you see players progress right the way through with full-backs, midfielders, forwards. Very difficult to bring a goalkeeper through from the underage system and let him progress into the first team, particularly with the pressure that managers are under these days. And it's taken 99 points for us to win the league last year, 98 points the year before for Manchester City to win it. So, the stakes are really high right now. Dinesh said, good evening, Craig. Why do the media and former pundits never give Liverpool credit, saying we're not going to win the league? I've no idea. I mean, every fan thinks that their club is hated against by the media. I'm obviously convinced that the media have a hard on for United. I don't know, mate. Again, this sounds harsh, but I don't mean it. I don't care what the media have to say. I love ramming shit down people's throats when we do stuff well. So let them doubt us. Let them big up City. Let them make City the favourites for the Champions League and all this other kind of stuff. It won't matter. Trust me. We'll go and do our thing, and that's all we need to worry about. Would I prefer Karius or Adrian? I'd prefer neither, if I'm being quite frank with you. I'd rather we went out there and got somebody to really come in and challenge. Somebody to really push Alisson, if anybody can do that. I think Adrian was the right deal at the right time, by the way. I think Simon Mignolet deserved to get the move. He was very patient. Allowed Karius to get the move beforehand. Stayed at Liverpool for that season. So I don't want to be disrespectful towards Adrian because he seems like a lovely fella and he's played some good games, but in the future I would look at that as a position that I'd like Liverpool to strengthen, whether that be Queevy Kelleher stepping up or whether we go out and maybe get somebody like Ergukan Kikir or some other young up and coming keeper, or maybe Pitaluga steps up in the next year or two. So again, we'll have to wait and see. Unbeatable this season. Oh, do you know, I never bought into the invincible stuff. You guys can go back and watch the streams. What I was concerned about was the 100 points. That was my holy grail last season after winning the title. And I was a bit disappointed, as weird as it sounds, to not get there. But I don't know, I never think about going unbeaten in the seasons, mate. I genuinely think that, and I've said this before, in my opinion, right now, the 100 points Manchester City achieved in the Premier League is more impressive than Arsenal's invincible season. That's my opinion on it. I understand wholeheartedly that other people will look at it differently, and I fully accept your thought process as well. But for me, you put the most points on the board, that answers the questions. That's my thoughts on it. 100% Craig, let the doubters continue to push their agenda. Makes it sweeter when we prove them wrong, said Bajan Pops LFC. Yeah, it's sweeter, isn't it? I mean, I love that people are ever talk us down or say our defence is shaky or say that we can be got at. Great, do it. Just stop talking about it and do it then. You know, it's one thing giving it this, it's another thing stepping up and getting the job done. I mean, it's hard to contend with the number one goalkeeper in the world. Yeah, it is, mate. I hear where you're coming from. And how great is it that we have him? Now, look, there is a debate around the best goalkeeper in the world. Of course there is, but Alisson's definitely in the conversation. The Invincibles would defo beat City in a match, in my opinion. That's one of those things, mate, we'd never know. That Arsenal Invincibles team was full of wonderful footballers. No doubt about it whatsoever. And as I said a moment ago, it's just my personal thing. I understand what anybody else would see it differently. That's cool. No problem. Right. When will Klopp buy better glasses? That bugs me as well. I'm glad it's not just me. I feel like he could go out there and, you know, get something a little bit better. Bit of a Deirdre Barlow look almost on him at times with those glasses. So, yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Andy said, Craig, you're the best in the business at doing this. Love your build up to the games, always, and the general chat. Thanks for giving your time and allowing fans to chat with you and each other. Andy, it is nothing but a pleasure, mate. I mean, you guys feed me with as much love as I hopefully give back into you guys, so no need to ever thank me, pal. We're in this together, as I keep saying. Dave Smith said the Invincible had a load of draws. 13 or 14, I think, Dave, if my memory's right. We got to capitalise on chances tomorrow. Yeah, look, I'm not underestimating tomorrow's game, by the way. I don't think it's simply a matter of showing up and beating Arsenal. I made that mistake the last time and the time before that. I think we're going to have to be at it tomorrow. And I think that they're going to stick, obviously, Aubameyang out there, and they're going to target Trent and whoever's playing beside him, whether it be Joe Gomez or Fabinho. They're going to look at that as the weaker side. And we have to be careful of that. We want to see our midfielders tucking back in and giving protection to Trent. So yeah, it is difficult, but it's important. We're the home team. We need to force our game on Arsenal. And look, if it ends up being an open attacking game, I'll always back Liverpool to win it. One thing I will say about Mikel Arteta is he's been very good in the big games. You know, he outwitted Pep Guardiola to win the FA Cup as well. So fair play to him. I give him all the credit, but I still think we're a better team and we should go and get the win tomorrow. But it's a matter of having to go and doing it on the pitch and not talking about it. Do you watch Red Men TV? No, not really, to be honest. But only because I don't watch much YouTube stuff. It's, you know, I've nothing but respect for Red Men TV and Chris and Paul and Jack and the work that the guys do over there. It's tremendous. But no, I don't watch much stuff on YouTube other than Joe Rogan, which has now moved to Spotify. So, yeah, that's the only reason why. But again, nothing but love and respect. Actually had Jack Gill on I think the video went out on Tuesday, maybe. We had a chat, Jack Gill, who does bits for Red Men as well. So, yeah, nothing but love. I don't hate anybody, mate. It's not the way I'm made. What else we got? What did Karius do in the Champions League final, though? Said Dave Smith. Well, I don't know if that's a reply to somebody else, Dave, or something aimed at me, but one, he got concussion, and two, he made a few fuck-ups. There's no arguing about that, mate. It's indefendable, but what I'll always say is nobody makes mistakes on purpose, so I'll never hold it against them. And we fought back and won the league, or the Champions League, the following year, and got to beat Spurs at the final doing it. Divock had his moment as well, Salah with the early penalty, and it was great. One thing I love about this team is what you all have touched on in the chat earlier on. We just ram the doubters' doubts back down their throats. We lost that Champions League final. Heartache for Mohamed Salah. Really disappointing day for Loris Karius. Gareth Bale came on, scored a worldie as well. And how do we react to that? We reacted to that by coming back the next season and winning the competition. We had Premier League heartache. We lost out by 1 point to Manchester City. What did we do? We came back the next season with fully intent on winning the league and went and done it. We can never doubt the mentality of these players. They are just different breed altogether. I don't know what Jurgen Klopp has done. I don't know how he's built that belief in the system. Comes through the gaffer as well. Comes through the captain, Jordan Henderson. So yeah, anyone who doubts this team, how? That's all I'm going to... How could you doubt them? How? They've answered every question that's been asked of them. Who can challenge Liverpool other than City? I don't see anybody really laying a glove on us this season. That's what I started off the stream with. Chelsea are going to be a force in years to come. No doubt about it. They've made some really good purchases, but that squad will need a year or two to fully implement together. Whether that is with or without Frank Lampard, I don't know. Manchester City need to get it together very quickly or they'll look and Liverpool will be gone. We'll be points ahead of them again, and we know how to see it out now. Do you know what I mean? We've got the experience of seeing out a Premier League campaign. Manchester United, look, they were, let's be quite frank about it, horrendous. And they don't worry me at all. Just talk about the Jadon Sancho thing, great, still doesn't worry me. I don't rate Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a manager. I'm not saying he's the reason that they're crap. The board and the ownership has a lot to do with that as well. Got to give some credit to the Ev for their good start to the season. I think they're a James Rodriguez injury away from being falling back down the table a bit, but you know they may challenge for a European spot as well. But I honestly, City could get it together. Don't get me wrong, they could get it together. Looks like they're going to get another defender in. Aguero will come back. He'll score goals. But at the moment, we have a chance. That's why tomorrow is another really important game for us. If we can get those points on the board again, 9 out of 9, everybody's playing catch up with us. Except Everton at the minute, but they will be eventually. Don't worry, we'll go to Goodison Park and beat them in a few weeks' time. I think Jones fully deserves his chance over Firmino. Well, Bobby Firmino plays as a number 9 and Curtis Jones doesn't, so he won't get a game ahead of Bobby Firmino. But I do agree that Curtis Jones deserves his chance. He's a wonderful footballer and he'll get his chance this season. What else we got? Apparently Jurgen Klopp said there was 6 teams in the Premier League Champions race. Thoughts? Yeah, he's got to say that type of shit though, doesn't he? He's hardly going to come out and say, we're going to walk this league. Have you seen the state of these other clowns? Frauds left, right and centre. We're going to absolutely dance our way to the title. Managers have to be magnanimous. Do you know what I mean? They have to come out and say these proper things to the media. But I think differently, Jurgen Klopp knows what he has, on what players and what ability these guys have. And I'm sure, you know, in the summer when he said we're going to be hungry and we're going to fight to win this title again, he meant it. That's just the mentality he's instilled in the players. It's brilliant. Could Everton challenge us for the title? No. And look, for anybody who doubts why I'm saying this, every season there's somebody that comes along. Last year everybody was saying Leicester City are going to challenge us, and I said they'll fall off. They've won the league, Leicester City, by the way, but that was in a bit of an odd season, and every credit to them. I was delighted for them to go and win it. But no, Everton won't be challenging for the Premier League this season, and this will not come back to bite me in the ass. They'll have a good season and they're definitely going in the right direction, but this happens too often that people get carried away and somebody's a good start and we're all like, oh, they're going to challenge for the league. They won't. Everton winning 30 plus games? No, said Daniel 28. What have we got? Craig, who would be in your Liverpool 5-a-side team of all time? I don't know, mate, but I tell you what, Reina be in goal. I'll tell you that for certain. Pepe Reina be in goal. But other than that, I'd have to have a little think about it. We could all pick 6 teams. It does not matter what order. Look, the top 6 for me, I think it'll be, again, maybe not in this exact order, but Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea. I think United will get it, you know. I think they'll get their shit together and just about scrape 4th. And then I think it'll be between Everton, Arsenal, Spurs for the last 2 European places. I suppose it depends on how the cup competitions go as well for those European places. But again, I'm predicting that we'll win the league this season by at least 8 points. That's my prediction for the season ahead. Watching from Crumlin. How are we, buddy? Somewhere near is the submarine bar still going in Crumlin? That was a great spot. Craig, prediction lineups tomorrow. There's a few people coming in late, so no problem. I'll give you my predicted lineup again. Now, bear in mind, this lineup was done before the news about Alisson and Thiago potentially being out. So here's my lineup for the game tomorrow. This is what I've gone with. If they're fit, Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Fabinho and Van Dijk are who I'd have as the centre-back pairing for this game. I'd then bring Joe Gomez back in for the game on Thursday. Robbo obviously at left back. If Thiago is fit, Thiago will play for me. Naby Keita and Gini Wijnaldum will be my choices to partner him in midfield. And then I'd stick with the front three because they look like they're on fire. And Bobby has a point to prove as well. And he loves a goal against Arsenal. So that's what I'd go with. Now, if Thiago isn't available, there's a couple of options. As somebody pointed out in the chat earlier on, you could go balls out and bring in Curtis Jones and maybe get Gini to play in the 6 role, leave Fabinho in centre-back, or you could move Fabinho into midfield, drop Joe Gomez back in there. So either way, the goalkeeper situation, look, it's one or the other. Alisson's fit or he's not. That's pretty straightforward. But yeah, that's what I've gone with anyway. And for a prediction, I went for, what was it? Yeah, 3-1. 3-1 was the prediction that I went for as well. And just look, before I forget, a giveaway. We're doing this in association with Connor and me, nobody else, because we're funding this. If you guys want to win one of these shirts, any stadium version of the LFC shirts that we have out this season, with a name and number, all you have to do is come over and join the Anfield Agenda Flick chat group. Once we hit 1,000 members on there, one of the members will go and get themselves this nice new shirt. So make sure you join the Flick chat group. Link in the description. It is completely free. I know a lot of people have asked me that question. There is no sign up fee. There is no adverts on there. Nobody's trying to get any money out of you on there. It's just a chat room with different topics and headings. We have polls on there for man of the match. We have different quizzes and fun bits and pieces. You get statistics on there for the games and stuff as well. And it's all completely free. So I hope to see you guys over there. Right, back into this one. I love messing around with all the new scenes that Connor's created for us, by the way, here on Anfield Agenda. I have some fun pressing some buttons. Watching from Cape Town. Anyone else? How did you find the earthquake? Oh, Prometheus, mate. I hope everyone's safe. Sincerely. I didn't hear about an earthquake, buddy, but you're obviously okay, and I hope you remain okay. And everyone there is okay, buddy, but lots of love to you. Lots of love to all our South African viewers. What else have we got? What's the fingerprint looking black top? Fingerprint. That's the goalkeeper shirt, mate. Goalkeeper shirt. Let me just go back to it for a sec so I make sure this is the right one. Yeah, the one on the right's the goalkeeper shirt. The one beside that's the third shirt. Then the home shirt, the away shirt. And then the away goalkeeper shirt, or the second goalkeeper shirt, is the yellow one there. So yeah, they're the ones that you're on about. So let me just flick back through. I want to win me a jersey. I'm fun to win me a jersey, said King Wise Afun. Watching from Jamaica, said Sham. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'd love to be over there with you right now. I'll tell you, I've been there once and I want to go back. Do you think Thiago will start or sub? If he's fit, I hope that he starts. I think the plan would have been for him to start. Obviously with Hendo not being available. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But it is great, isn't it? We've got a game on Monday, a game on Thursday, and then we've got the Villa game before the international break. So loads of stuff to look forward to. What's my favourite ever Liverpool kit? I've got two, mate. I've got the grey candy fleck one. You probably know the one I'm on about. I think it was 89 to 91, I think. That or the Crown Paints home one that came just before that. They're my two favourite Liverpool shirts of all time. Absolutely love them. What have we got? It's the Mad Darlington FC fan. Ian, how are you, buddy? Lovely to see you back. I hope you're well. I have a job interview on Tuesday. Eno, best of luck to you, buddy, in the job interview. From all of us, hope you nail it. Act as if. That's what I would say to you, buddy. Act as if. Walk in there and act as if you've got the biggest nuts in the room. Act as if you are made for the job, pal. Win them over with your charm, Eno. Gary Richards is in the house as well. How are you, Gary? Lovely to see you in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well, folks. We have about 5 or 10 minutes to go on tonight's stream, so anything you want to talk about, put it into the chat. Just a bit of a reminder of what we've spoken about tonight. Loris Karius looks like he's on his way for a season-long loan with Union Berlin. The situation with Raheem Brewster will come to a head over the next few days. Sheffield United badly want to sign Raheem. There's talk of a loan, there's talk of a permanent deal. The word seems to be that Liverpool want the permanent deal for Raheem Brewster with that buyback clause. So let's wait and see how that works out. And Gini Wijnaldum. There's been a few whispers that maybe the deadlock has been broken in the contract negotiations, but there's also been a few whispers that Barcelona and Ronald Koeman might have cleared the decks enough to come in and try and make an offer to Gini Wijnaldum before the window closes. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on the Gini situation as well. Hopefully, you know, he signs that new deal at the club. I'd love him to sign the new deal. I love Gini Wijnaldum. I mean, imagine not being able to go it just wouldn't be worth thinking about, would it? Did you hear the news about Thiago and Alisson? Of course I did, mate. Of course I did. Come on, give me some credit. Thiago and Alisson will be tested on Monday. Yep, we've gone through all of that, mate. Would you play Minamino if Thiago's out? You could do, absolutely. You could play Minamino, you could play Curtis Jones. Loads of options for us to play in there. You could play James Milner as well. Lots of people wishing Ian good luck as well in this interview, which is again why I love our group so much. Great group of subscribers. Right, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to be joining us tomorrow? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're going to be joining us for the watch along tomorrow. And if you're watching this back, let me know you're going to be joining us as well. Our coverage will be starting at 7:30 tomorrow, a full 30 minutes before the game kicks off. Loads of time to go through the starting 11. Loads of time for you guys to give us your score prediction as well. And loads of time to have a bit of fun. I live for watch-alongs on this channel. I absolutely love them. What else we got? Against big teams, Gini won't start. Mate, have you ever watched Liverpool Football Club? I'm going to reiterate what I've said time and time again. Outside of Bobby Firmino, nobody has played more minutes in the Premier League for Liverpool Football Club than Gini Wijnaldum. So get this nonsense idea out of your head that Gini doesn't start in big games. The manager loves Gini Wijnaldum. The manager has every trust in Gini Wijnaldum. So I'm afraid, Joel, I'm going to have to say that was just a silly comment, pal. Anto Joseph, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, buddy. Lovely to have you with us. Now, Anto, as you have become a member, if you want to come into the Discord group, have a look on the community tab of our YouTube channel, mate, and you'll see a link there to the Discord group. You'll only see that link, by the way, if you're a member, which you are, of course, Anto. So welcome, lovely to have you with us, pal. Do I rate Bobby? Well, he's my favourite player at the club, mate, so yes, I do rate Bobby, but I also accept the argument that he needs to start sticking some more goals in. So I do love Bobby, but I'm not blinded to his faults, and I am open to people critiquing him, of course. Lovely to see loads of you guys coming in to join us tomorrow. I love to see you. Gini is overrated. Go fuck yourself. Simple as that. Anyone who talks badly about any of our players, specifically ones that have won Champions Leagues and European Cups, can do one. It's not what we're here for. We're here to support our players. If you think he's overrated, you don't know anything about the game, pal. Nothing. I don't care if you played it your entire life. If you think that Jurgen Klopp, you know better than Jurgen Klopp, you know better than Ronald Koeman, you know better than all the managers that he's worked under and has sang his praises, come on, get your shit together. Gini Wijnaldum is, if anything, underrated, particularly by opposition fans. Ridiculous comment to make. What else is there? Full-size replica Premier League trophy on his way from Singapore. You dirty little boy, John. I've been trying to find one everywhere. Trying to find a full-size, like not a shit one, a proper one, like. And they've been very hard to find. John, you're a very lucky man. Enjoy it, mate. Why are some mods not members? They don't need to be. You know, we don't judge people on their financial abilities, mate. Some people can't afford memberships. Doesn't mean that we don't value them here on the channel. Moderators have been people that have been with us for a very long time, and have, you know, been here night in and night out and helped me out and Connor out dramatically, and we've nothing but love and respect for them. They don't have to be members. You know, that's not one of the things. We don't judge anybody on their financial background. We just judge people as we find them. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we will call that one a night. Don't forget, Flick Chat, join. Hopefully you'll be given a chance to win that shirt. It looks like we'll be giving it away tomorrow. As I said, we'll be starting our watch along at 7:30. I hope you guys have a lovely Sunday evening. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Lots of love to all of you. We'll be back at 7:30 tomorrow. Back to back, did somebody say? Up the Reds. Love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.